Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, grandmothers and grandfathers, welcome to the newest podcast in town, ZimBall. Thank you. You're far too kind. Now, just to clarify one thing here, ZimBall. That's the newest podcast in town. But ZimBall, boere, ngati spirit data tone. Kuti ZimBall wacho akambomira sei. So ZimBall, Zim ndi Zim watajaira nditi Zim wa Zim. But pana ball manje, it's actually ball wa bora. So it's ZimBall. So ndi Zim na Boa Bora. One more round of applause for ZimBall, the newest podcast in town. So thank you so much if you are tuning in right now. You have just gained, the right to become someone very special. Because this is our inaugural episode, and you are not just witnessing the beginning, but you are actually actively contributing to it. So your loyalty from this very first day actually gives you the prestigious title of our foundational fans. So I'm not the advantage of vanenge vakatanga nechino. Vanenge vakatanga nechino ka vane kodzero dzekuti kana vanhu vari kuita chino vakuda kuita sezvinonzi vari kuonererwa vanogona kungovaudza kuti aiwa ka takabva nemi kudhara ka koma apindwa nei. Because as you know, sometimes things get bigger than we expected and our egos tend to overinflate beyond measure. So ndo patinenge takuzoda vanhu manje vakaita semi vanenge vari ma-steadfast supporters edu anotiudza kuti aiwa boys imbomirai zvangofana nemufana akada kuonererwa nonzwa ana blazo akuti aiwe takakubvisa madziwa imbomirai yawo akuita iyoyo. So thank you so much for coming through today. We ever appreciate you. So this program is all about Zimbabwean football. Okay? So from the action in the Zimbabwean Premier Soccer League, we follow our players who are playing in all the different countries at different global stages of Europe, Asia, America. We follow all our players, even Africa, and beyond. If there are some players who are going to go to space, we follow all our players. So it's all about Zimbabwean football. But tichiteera ma players, tichiteera ma coach, we try to bring you interviews from fans, interviews from those who have played the game, and in-depth analysis, and we try to give you captivating stories of triumph and resilience. So once again, I thank you all for tuning in. So there's no better place to start than the matches which are played over the weekend. Chachakachaya. But satatanga ka disclaimer. Disclaimer. Idindiri mdimbai. Ngazvigare zvazikano. Ndirimo mu 7 million. Panonzi team ye 7 million. Then nditoverengwawo. Ndikabva inoita 6 million something. Andigoni kuiverenga number iyoyo. But inenge yashota ne1. Saka pa weekend takaenda kubaobab. I think we all know that. Kana ndichiti pa weekend depending nekuti kuzoiterera rini podcast ika musi wa 24 February tatiri kubaobab kwakune Castle Challenge Cup. So it was an interesting time for us because as you know, chazunguza chakazunguza, chakasheka. It's been a while. I think since Pasua left, things have never been the same for the club of 7 million. So we were playing against Ngezi Platinum, and it was the kickoff to the 2024 Premier Soccer League. And Ngezi, congratulations to Ngezi, because Ngezi managed to beat Dimbare 2-0. Now, before the game, baba vakabuda pa social media vachiti ameno ndimi dzavakarova bva wachaya ndimi zvikanzi right mweya uri kuti 2-0. Asi musazodaro boys. Anzi mweya uri kuti 2-0. Ende laki racho nderekuti kusoka beti rari sipo game. Ndakatoresa 2-0 paDimbare. Kudai half time 1-0. Ngezi yakalida ndikati hapa mwechi ibadzi baba vangopotsa chi i 2-1. but madzibaba 2-0 ngavaona, but 2-0 enge iri 2-0 yengezi manje. Zvinhu zvacho. So congratulations to Ngezi Platinum, well done, Akorokoto Amhlope. So this actually marked the first cup win for Ngezi. Mapoka scored the first goal in the first half, and then Mwea sealed the win with a second half goal. It was a cagey affair. Game actually tight. Both teams were being cautious, and there were very few chances. Pakato Zongoitika defensive error. That's when Makopa scored, and then the game opened up a bit. So yeah, but Dimbare could have come back. I remember there was Dianigo Masiwa hit the woodwork later on in the game. So despite all the efforts there, 7 million to come back, Ngezi emerged victorious, and it was their first cup win. So I think it actually demonstrates a turn in Zimbabwean football, because the more professional teams seem to be making it now. The teams with more money and better structures, Ana FC Platinum, Ana Ngezi, the Platinum money teams. So let's hope we can see Dimbare, Highlanders, the traditional powerhouses coming back into the game, and then let's see what we have in the mix. But hopefully, this season becomes a better one. It becomes just as competitive as the previous one. But the biggest winners out of all were the supporters. The biggest winners was football, because Delta Beverages, they recently announced their extension of their sponsorship deal until 2026, and that sponsorship deal is valued at almost $4 million. Yes, you heard me right, 4 million. So, and this was out 4 million. If 4 million, around 4 meter jaya. But recently, 4 meter. So, a round of applause to Delta Beverages for staying, strong in their sponsorship, for steadfast support of the Zimbabwean Premier Soccer League. Saka package mune ma competitions akati one day mune about 4 competitions. So mune Castle Lager Premiership, mune Chibuku Super Cup, and then mune Castle Challenge Cup. So mune 3 cups, and then the Castle Challenge Cup ndo yakatotambwa ne Dynamo Simso 24. So they are sponsoring 3 of those. One of them has already been played. Kwasara 2 mamwe ngwemina 2025, ngwemina 2026, subject to extension as well. So pama sponsorship aya Castle Challenge Cup yakapuwa 55,000 annually. Then Chibuku Super Cup in a 375,000. My USD as my RTGS. $375,000 annually. And then Premier Soccer League in a $700,000 annually. So that puts us approximately Tatopa 1 million. So shout out to Delta Beverages. So of course against my countries like Sana, South Africa, we are still a bit far. But South Africa irikupuwa just the PSL in about 100,000 rands. Okay, but tika compare nyika dzakaita sana Zambia, you find that Zambia iri kusponswa neBetway, and vanenge vari pa 10 million kwacha every season just for the league, of which 10 million kwacha ukaisa kuma user inenge itori kana kuma 400 something thousand US. So that just shows you kuti Castle Delta iri kuisa mari yakawanda, because league chete iri kupuwa 7Y. So that's 700k USD. Tisati taisa mari ye Chibuku Super Cup, tisati taisa mari ye Challenge Cup. But boys rangu ndaiona bhora rengezi neDimbare kuma grounds. Ama one. The state of football stadiums remains a significant concern. Many of them lack infrastructure which is necessary to support high quality, free flowing football. especially TEF boys now. Because panoti TEF ndo pane bhora rese kuti tikitaka ibudeka iTEF. Oh, but mukatarisa masurface emagrounds edu kapakaipa, which worries me a lot, because tombomira zvekunzi CAF approved. Zvekuti CAF approved, it's another issue. Kuti bhora rinakidze, masapota adzokere ground. We are living in a global world where you are competing against EPL iri kubuda pa TV musi weSaturday, musi weSunday. Saka ndosiya here Man U, Liverpool. Ndiri muliver by the way. Ndichienda kunoona bhora richinzi du. Arimbo flow wewo rika flow ka 6-7 norva ranzi du. Mukatarisa kana ku AFCON. Teams that made it in AFCON kwakungowaridzwa bhora, hakuna team yaiti bhora du. Even ana Cape Verde bhora raitsikwa. Ovuchi kuti bhora ritsikwe zvinotangira vapfana vari vana vadiki. Even mukazoisa TEF kurufaro, mukazoisa TEF ku NS, ku National Sports, ku Baobab, mfana akabva achitambira kugwenga hapana zvataita. Saka panofanira kutoitwa program. Tine vapfana vari kudzidza vakawanda wani kunana UZ, ngakutoiswa module yeloan kunana agriculture kwega meno ndo masubjects acho here. Chikoro chinonetsa kaichi rozonzwa wako correctwa. But kunana agriculture kwega ngakutoiswa module reloan. Loan inosimwa sei yebhora, yo maintainwa sei. Murupaona. Then vapfana vaya vari kuti hakuna mabasa. Ngavatotanga mabusiness vachifamba muzvikoro vachiita sei, vachisota maprojects emalona. TEF ikabva mufana achitamba muTEF kufakosi primary kumuti unokura kwekwe, fana achirovera paTEF. By the time anaenda kusekondari oenda pa I1 paya kumufakosi achirova muTEF, anokura achitsika bhora. Vafana vari kuita ana chemical chakuti ngavadzidze nyaya dzemafertilizer. Kune mafertilizer anoiswa muloni exports. Manji mukatarisa TEF, I was heartbroken. But tiri ipapo, shout out. I know clubs are trying. Yada, shout out to Yada FC, magnificent stadium. And ndinyatsosiya status panyaya CAF approved apa, but well done. Shout out to clubs like FC Platinum. For years, FC Platinum have had their own private stadium. Kumandava kwekwe. Ngezi, I'm not sure, but I think when a private stadium food. Shout out if that is the case. Shout out to, I think it's Zimbabwean in a stadium food. But I think food for thought. This is homework kuwapana vari kuma university vari kuti vakadzidza sterek kana kuti vari kuti vari kudzidza sterek. Let's do things which are applicable in our own societies. Let's identify areas of need, and let's try to improve those areas through our knowledge. There's a gap here in TEF. Let's address that gap. Kuchikoro kuma university ngatiti ema curriculum are relevant. Introduce ma modules akaita sana loan atruktara. These are crucial. Mukatasa kuna UK mnanoroa ground repa Trafford paya ari kufane mari muni pakagadzirwa need. Okay? And then shout out to Khama Billiat. Shout out to Khama Billiat for coming back to Zimbabwe. So many people have a lot to say about Khama's return. There are so many questions about his intentions. But while some people are speculating that he's coming back to wind down his career, I actually believe that he's coming back, to give back to the community that made him who he is. So others are saying he's coming to wind down his career. Others are saying he's coming back to reignite his playing days. But I don't see it like that. I see it as giving back before you hang your boots. We all know Khama, for his skill, his experience. So I'm thinking Yada actually made one of the best deals here. 5K is not a lot of money for someone who was getting a lot of money in the SA Premier League. So for him, it's just about being sustainable. He doesn't want to use his own money whilst he's playing for Yada. He just wants to be able to stay comfortable, but at the same time, vapfana vaanenge achitamba nawo ka ndo vanhu vachabenefita manje because vapfana ivavo ka vachadzidziswa zvinhu zvakawanda because we are talking about someone who played at the biggest level of football in Africa, someone who won the CAF Champions League, and I think at some point he was CAF Player of the Season for my local based year. So when you have someone like that, rather than kutanza apera, I actually like the vision yekuti tiomberere vanhu vakadaro so that we motivate ana mave pavacharetire or they need to come back. Peter akagumisira akuenda, Captain Peter, he had to go to South Africa Sundowns. That's where he wound down his career. But we want an knowledge Msona to come back. How do those people come back? Kana Khama akauya tovatamita kanyama. So let us mind our language. I know mazwano kune free speech. It's our right to say what we want. But zvimwe zvacho Msona akaverengana ngoti akuhandidzokero. Tichangovaudza kuti ndaretire. But we want those people to come back because they will tell us about their journeys and they will tell us, they will show us where we need to improve. Shout out as well to Kuda Mahachi. It's a bit of a sad story. Ino yakandinetsa manje. Because Mvesa akaenda kuGhana 5 months, I think. Anga ine contract ye 1 year. Dakazongonzwa zvakunzi both sides have decided to go their separate ways because Mahachi was struggling with fitness. How do you struggle with fitness? How do you struggle with fitness? There is one injury ka ndinonzwisisa. But pakanzi struggling with fitness. Zviro kuti mukomana saka fit here manje, alright. Ndanzwa kuti ada kuenda kumanika Diamonds. Ava fit here. Or tringotambirwa nyemba. I don't know. But shout out to Kuda. Kuda is someone who is as well just like angufanana na Khama. Because Kuda is vast experience. Atambira Mamelodi Sundowns, Golden Arrows, Orlando Pirates, Super Sport United before azoenda kuGhana. Forgive my pronunciation, but I think it's Medima. Yeah, Itambira. And then they let him go. He actually scored a few goals there. And then they let him go because of fitness. But I think once his head is in the right space, that any club that can have that player, it's a steal for any amount. Because normal players are game changers. And the normal players are nowhere near muonero watisina mui Zimbabwe because of their experience and their exposure. So shout out to Kuda for deciding to play again in Zimbabwe. So I wish Kuda and I wish Khama all the best in their 2024 seasons. Now, one thing we do on this program as well is just to do, kanenge ka round so ka cha kuti tirongotenderera tichingoona kuti maplayers ekuZimbabwe ari kutambirawo kari kuita sei. Saka kana paino maplayers amunoda kuti tifollow, just put the comments in the comment section, their names in the comment section, and we will follow those players. Okay, so one player tudombo taura nezvazvo, shout out to Bio Antonio. So just after renewing his contract, my pronunciation anonetsa futi neKV Mechelen yeku Belgium, Antonio akakanda futi. His team won 3-0 against Kortrijk, and Antonio opened the scoring. It was his 3rd goal of the season in the Belgian top flight league. So that was, I think, that was in the 31st minute, and he was assisted by Rob Schoofs before Azosabur was Mkomanam second half. So his club is now 8th after playing 27 games. So they are very comfortable. They are looking to play in the Belgian top flight again next season. So that's the thing. When you perform well in such countries, was Belgium and Poland, those are gateways into Europe, So if you play well, I expect the next destination to be France. If not France, then maybe straight nana La Liga, nana EPL. But I expect the boy to make a move. The next move I expect it to be France. Okay? And then Mkoma Marvelous Nakamba is still out with a long-term knee injury, and we don't know when he is coming back. So we wish you a speedy recovery, Captain. And then former Warriors captain Knowledge Msona. Al Riyadh, Pama Arab, Pama Riabo, they drew 1-0 with Al Raid. And Msona was actually playing on the left side in a 4-4-2 formation. And he scored his team's only goal. So his club is now 15th out of 18 teams. So this is after 21 games as well. So Varemuka mini relegation battle. Just like Mkoma Mave. So team Mkoma Mave, near knowledge. My team is relegation. So let's hope they survive so that we keep seeing them playing top flight football. And then Mngoma Nyasha, Mngoma Sheki, Nyasha Mshekwi, season yatanga pa China, and we're expecting the season to start very soon. So we'll be following him there. So I would love to hear from you, which Zimbabwean players abroad you like us to keep a close eye on. Munongo to the comment section, and then we just keep a close eye on those players for you. You know, whether they are making waves in Europe, whether it's Africa, whether it's Asia, or anywhere. You know, your input always helps us to tailor the coverage so that we put the spotlight on players you are most interested in. So share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's embark on this journey together as we follow the fortunes of Zimbabwean talent on the global stage. You know, so keep the passion alive and keep the game thriving. This is ZimBall, your ultimate guide to Zimbabwean football. So until next time, stay tuned, stay passionate, and keep the ball rolling.